this video, I'm going to be focusing on an arrangement that I just did for the tune You Stepped Out of a Dream for jazz piano. Hey, it's Paul Tobey here from Jazzmentl.com. Thanks for joining me for another one of my tutorials. In this one, we're going to take a look at some of the arranging ideas for piano and talk to you very specifically about the melody and how it fits with the chord progression and also the rhythm. It is a swing tune, so it's kind of like medium to slow swing. And I really wanted to be specific and detailed about the arrangement so that you could get some ideas for how to put your own arrangements together. For example, let's say you pick a tune from the real book. What you really want to do is be able to do an arrangement like this, just spend a few hours going through it and come up with some nice ideas. So I'm going to do a few things in this video. I'm going to walk you through the entire arrangement, and then I'm going to post a link to the recording that I did so you can go and hear that, and also the sheet music so that you can download it and practice it. And try to remember, if you like the video, click the thumbs up because it really helps us with the channel. If you want to subscribe, just hit the little bell and we'll notify you of all of the other upcoming videos that we're making. Let's get started. Okay, let's get into this arrangement of You Stepped Out of a Dream. The whole idea behind this particular tutorial is to give you a sense of where arranging for piano comes from. What I'm expecting is that at some point you learn some of the arranging techniques, whether that's the chord changes, how the chords move, passing chords, plus all the rhythms and the interplay of hands, so that when you go to the real book and you pick a tune and you try to make your own arrangement out of it, which is really the whole point of the real book, it's just a guide, eventually you should be able to use some of these ideas and your own experience to put an arrangement like this together. In a little bit, I'm going to post a link to this sheet music so that you can go and download it, and I'll also post a link to the recording of it so you can hear the whole thing. So right now, let's just dive into the first 4 bars, which is the introduction. So what's behind this? Well, I have this ostinato pattern or rhythm in the left hand that goes like this. That's just coming from something that I made up that sounds good with the tune. It's starting off as swing, it sets the pace of the tune, and it's just using the first 2 chords of the actual melody, which is here and here. All I did was made them 1 bar each, and in the right hand I'm just playing chord tones with a grace note. Now you can play that more than twice, and again, it's really up to you, but like I said, it just really sets the tone and the feel for the entire tune. All right, let's scroll down a little bit and take a look at the first line. So we're continuing the bass in the left hand, it's just the rhythm has changed from this to just 8th notes. Now, what's happening there? So this is the melody, and this here is an answer. So call from the melody, an answer. It's not part of the melody, it's a secondary melody. And all it's doing is taking the chord and playing block chords based on the melody. So now you have to kind of pay attention to that left hand there where it's going that second bar, right? This 3rd and 4th bar here is exactly the same as the first 2. It's just up a half step. Just like it's shown in the real book, those are the chord changes. We're just trying to figure out the answer part, right? That secondary melody. Okay, let's move down to the next line, and it's moving up to E flat. So it's gone from C major to D flat major to E flat 7. And all we're doing here is just playing guide tones. And the most important note of that is in this answer part, because this, again, is just secondary melody. This is a +5, so it's E7 +5. Now, why is that important and why does it sound so cool? And the answer is, it is a flat 3 of the destination chord, which is A flat. So if we did a blues scale on A flat, and that's what that note is. Okay? So anytime you use the +5 on the dominant leading to the next chord, you're going to hear that bluesy sound. And then all I'm doing in the left hand is just playing the chord tones, which is G and E flat, and the 7th, or the 9th, sorry. Okay? Now that's the answer that we've had before. We played it in C major, we played it in D flat major, and now we're playing it in A flat major. It's the same. So keeping that answer just consistent and going through the tune to make the tune sound nice, make it a nice arrangement. Now the other thing that you'll notice is I'm doing what's loosely referred to as stride piano, throwing down left-hand notes and then playing chords. So, you know, stride is things like that, but I'm loosely using that system to play solo piano. So we played root, and now we're playing chords. Play roots, chords, root. Now we're down at the G minor 7th chord, and we're keeping that left hand rhythm going. Lovely F major 9 chord there. In the right hand, we're just playing all of these notes. It's great. And then the answer to that melody is here. And I think what's important about that is the left hand that plays these grace notes. You can't really count that through. I mean, if you're looking at tuplet 16ths, it's not something you count. It's just something that your fingers do. And the right hand's playing block chords. So chord, F major 9. And then we have 3 passing chords going to A flat minor. So this leads to A minor 7. And all I'm doing is preceding that A minor with half steps. And the melody is this. So all I'm doing is trying to figure out chords that work with the melody and that descending bass line. And a lot of times it's just you sitting there with your hands trying to figure out what sounds good. So I ended up with a C sus chord, a B altered, and then a B flat 7 sharp 11 chord. Well, it says A flat major 9 sharp 5 over B flat. It's really B flat 7 with a sharp 11. Okay? So let's play from the beginning of that line. Lovely sound. I hope you really dig that when you download the sheet music. It's very cool. Okay, now that we are at the next line, A minor 7, we did these passing chords. Interesting, all I'm doing is doing some kind of half step in the left hand, but just playing single notes in the right hand. So it sounds cool. Now, all this is you've got a 2-5 here. So this is 2 to 5, 7 in the key of D flat. Now, why is it a D7 instead of an A flat 7? This is just the tritone substitution. So you've got an E flat, what's really 13 sus it says, and then D7 sharp 11. And then we do the same thing as a 2-5 in the key of C. So this is 2 minor to 5-7 in the key of C. So all we're doing is doing E flat to A flat, and then D to G. Okay, but the chords that I've chosen are a little more rich. What a great sound. So from the beginning of the line, back to C. So I'm going to leave the rest of the tune for the next video. We've spent enough time here already. Just remember, if you have any questions about what we've done and you want a little more clarification, and you want to dive into the why behind all of this, which I really tried to explain from an arranging perspective, then all you have to do is write it in the comments below. And by the way, your comments are really, really helpful to the channel. So please be generous with your comments and your questions. Okay, I'm going to do a couple things right now. The first is I'll put a link up here in the corner to the full recording of this arrangement. So I've basically played the head and then a couple of choruses of solo and then the head out and an ending. And I put that all in the arrangement. As far as the arrangement and the sheet music goes, I'm going to put a link to that sheet music up here in the corner now. So the first link was to the recording. The second link, which is up here, is to the sheet music so that you can go and download that and practice it. I hope this video was helpful. If you want to give it a thumbs up, that'd be great. Thanks so much for your time.